Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. So today I have my batchmate Sunrit Sarkar from IIT KGP with us, who had backed an intern at Amazon. So hello Sunrit, how are you?
Yeah, Mitadru, I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing quite okay too. So first of all, congratulations, man. And how is your intern work going on?
Thanks. Um, it's just the second week. The heat is going up. Okay.
Okay. So can you tell about the coding platforms in which you practiced, like for the coding round preparations?
So, mostly for the company Amazon, I practice the DSA concepts along with the computer science fundamentals. So, for the DSA concepts, I mostly used lead code and HackerRank. The
Okay.
interview or the coding round of uh, this company was held in HackerRank. Most of the companies, their coding rounds were held in HackerRank. So, getting familiar with the platform would be beneficial. And lead code has good questions. Obviously, that is famous. So,
Okay.
for better quality questions in the concepts of DSA, uh, lead code can be relied on.
Yeah. And for
So
familiarity
for
with the
the
platform, you recommend HackerRank, right?
yes, absolutely. Sometimes Hacker Earth is also preferred by some companies,
Yes,
but
yes.
HackerRank is preferred by most of the companies,
Yes, true. That's
I would say.
okay.
Going into the details,
Yeah.
for data structures, mostly for Amazon, I was asked mostly about linear data structures. Now, uh, we sometimes, most of the students, they get so much engrossed into binary trees and graphs, they leave the linear data structures, I mean, absolutely without practice. That I think that
Yeah.
should be one of the major concerns here. So linear data structures like arrays, stacks, queues, and linked lists, I practice them quite well. For nonlinear data structures, obviously, everyone practices binary trees and graphs.
Yeah.
There are other advanced data structures like trie and segment tree. I did not encounter them in, I mean, sometimes I encountered segment trees in the questions of quant companies, but trie I did not encounter in any of the coding rounds.
Okay.
So, for algorithms, there are the generic algorithms of sorting and searching, like bubble sort, insertion sort, and all that. I do not recommend practicing the anymore. Merge sort and quick sort, which have n log n complexity, they should
Yes.
be practiced. And to understand the heap data structure, you might understand the heap sort also. Um, for trees and graphs, the nonlinear data structures, traversal algorithms are necessary. I mean, if you understand BFS and DFS, you would find that most of the problems of uh, these two data structures can be solved purely based on either BFS or DFS,
Yes,
if
yes.
you understand those concepts quite well. And then there's this deletion, addition, and replacement of nodes and all that. Dynamic programming is another paradigm that if anyone is preparing for tech roles should take into account.
Yes.
Because at least there would be one question either in the interview or in the coding round from dynamic programming. And dynamic programming mostly is based on a few concepts like knapsacks and all. So, uh, yeah,
So can you also tell, like, during the
about
summer
the
break,
C.
how did you prepare for the CPN?
Hmm.
Like, how many problems per day do you think is sufficient for someone sitting for software companies of Amazon and other MAANG companies you can tell?
So, obviously, I mean, doing problems as much as you can would be beneficial. But more than that, I think going into the quality of problems that you are doing is very important. Like
Yes, that's
uh, the OOPS fundamentals, obviously, they are quite important. You have to understand why that specific concept exists, like why abstraction or encapsulation exists, and example of them without, if possible, without TS concept involved. Like for example, the most common example is used during cars for and types of cars and then all that.
yeah.
And you have to understand the situation based I mean situation based usage of these concepts. Like where can these be used in a real life scenario?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And OS fundamentals, I mean, not required for everyone, but I mean, some companies sometimes they like to ask OS fundamentals. So concepts like scheduling algorithms and basic mathematical concepts may be beneficial. And there's an optional DBMS fundamentals. Sometimes the finance companies ask them,
Okay.
and
Yeah, that's cool. So, can you go ahead by telling like what are the topics from which the questions were actually asked in Amazon and like whatever you can remember?
okay, it was a remote interview, but we had to go to a specified location, and then the interview was held on Amazon's in-house video conferencing app, Chime. They would give
Okay.
the steps to set it up. It was a 1 hour interview. There were two coding questions asked. Um, the first question was given an array of integers. For each member of that array, you have to find the next largest number present in that array. So
Okay.
this can be solved using stack. Uh, so what you do is you put integers in the stack, and then when you encounter a larger number than the one in the top of the stack, you just pull it out, and in its position you put that number, and you go on pulling out numbers and unless you get a number larger than the number you are currently at in
Yeah.
the top of the stack. So as I said, the linear data structures are very important. And the next question, again, dynamic programming, the longest common subsequence. It was I mean, totally generic. I was given two strings and then asked about what would be the
Yes.
longest common substring. Okay. And the thing was, I, at first, when I solved it, I did not I write the optimized algorithm. And then I corrected it.
Okay.
So, two things. First, you need to communicate your idea quite well. Right.
Yes.
Even if you are not optimized, even if your approach is not optimized, you need to make them understand that whatever you are doing, you are understanding that. You have
Definitely.
not mugged up a concept. All
Yes.
right. And secondly, they always, I mean, in my interview, they always gives the second chances. But when I realized that it is not the optimized algorithm, I told them that, okay, I can make it better. And they said, okay, go on, do it. And for Amazon, I
Yes.
did not have to run the code. So I mean, they asked me to write a function. I wrote a function on on their Chime. They had some software where, unlike Notepad, you do not have to tab each and every line. It was quite good. But I did not have to run it. They just saw the uh, code and they analyzed
Like,
it on
was it
their
a pseudocode or you wrote the actual code?
It was actual code. They asked me
Okay.
which
Okay.
language are you going to write. I said C++.
Yeah.
Um, that was it. And then I had some time left. So they asked me a question on polymorphism. At that point,
Okay.
I I could not answer it. I said it that
Yeah.
I am currently confused, so I won't be able to answer it. And they accepted it and they moved on. Like, okay, it's fine.
Okay, okay. So only one CS fundamental question was asked in Intern.
Yes, and that
Okay.
too, it wasn't asked for everybody. I mean, only those who had time left after solving two questions, only they were
Okay.
asked.
Okay. Understood. So yeah, do you have any further suggestions or like for someone preparing for such company?
Yeah, yeah. So, the first and foremost suggestion would be to understand the concepts quite well and
Yeah.
practice them. Absolutely important because you know, you need to find. I mean, you should be able to find patterns. Like the second question, as I said, they did not name it as longest common subsequence. They said that okay, find this. There was something I currently
Yes,
don't
yes,
remember.
definitely.
But you have to find the pattern and you have to understand that okay, this is the LCS question,
Yes.
right? So as I said before, for practice you might use lead code or HackerRank. For the CS fundamentals, I personally use the gate preparation playlist because I found them quite comprehensive and reliable. Uh, for the last minute preparation before the interview, Geeks for Geeks or W3 schools uh, are sufficient, I guess. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, if you have made some notes of these fundamentals, that would be
Yeah.
very useful, right? And now, this is very important. Uh, do not try to mug up algorithms at the last moment. Uh, the algorithm, the data structure I named TRIE tree, that one. I came to know about it before the day of my interview.
Okay.
I mean, one of my friends was preparing for some other company, and he randomly came to me and said that, okay, this is a data structure. What does it do? I said, I don't care. I won't study it now. I am
Yes,
done.
yes,
When the thing would be that you would start forgetting the things you already know. That would be
yes,
bad at the last moment. Um, and now comes the interview part. So during the interview, just keep calm. The interviewers know that you are a human being. All right,
yes.
you can make mistakes. Your first approach may not be the optimized one. So don't no need to panic. All right, do
Yeah.
it like you are solving a question at your home. I mean, I know it's easier said than being done, but still try to do it like that. And if you do not know something, just be honest. Like, I
Yes,
do not know it, or I am not able to recall, or I'm currently confused, or something like that. Just admit it. They would value your honesty.
yes. So yeah, that was quite a lot of information and it was really insightful, I would say. So I have one last question. So do you think like the CV or the resume was also important in your hiring process?
Um, so I actually think CV would play a very major role.
Okay.
Because apart from the coding round in the first, in the initial stages, the CV was also being used for shortlisting. So if your CV has concepts that they have mentioned in their
Yes.
I mean, internship or job listing, it would be preferred, right? And in the CV, at least at the beginning, I
Yes.
mean, at the starting of the CV should contain the things that you are most strong in. Because in my case, CV, I mean, questions related to CV were not. But if
Yes.
there
Yes.
would be a one-to-one interview, then, I mean,
They would ask it. Yeah.
one-to-one interview, yeah, absolutely. because I have faced other interviews which I failed, obviously. But their CV, I mean, CV grilling was done for about 1.5 hours.
Okay. Then good preparation of CV is definitely essential.
Absolutely.
So, like, how many projects did you have in your CV? Like,
Um,
is there like what are the concepts
so
related to the
yeah, yeah.
project did you have in the CV?
So my profile was mostly related to data analysis and machine learning.
Okay, okay,
Uh, so I had a project from a US startup, which I was doing internship on in the summer
okay,
remotely, and I also had a project from Deakin University through the foreign training program.
okay.
Both,
That's cool.
I mean, the US one was related to data science and finance, and the Deakin one was related to machine learning. I
Okay,
also had some self projects which you can write in your internship CV, but not in the placement CV because
okay,
they need official documents. So both of them were related to data. Now,
okay,
so having explicit uh, tech-related projects, I found them not to be necessary in the case of Amazon. They look more into data structures and algorithms more than exact projects, in my opinion.
okay. So yeah, that was quite a lot of insights from you. So I think you provided enough suggestions for someone who is preparing for top software companies. So yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah, have a nice day too.